Hey, Scorpio, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your quarter 3 reading for July, August, and September. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, I did just see a loyal heart. That was the one that flipped. It didn't come out of the deck, but I feel for a lot of you, there could be an emotional situation or experience that you're going through at this time, and you are being asked to remain true to your heart. Now, bottom of the deck, the energy of the next 3 months, this could be what's bubbling up to the surface. There could be legalities, fairness, truths. This is like the justice card here in tarot. It says to be fair. And what is happening is there's a rebalancing coming into your energy. I am getting the physical meets, or the spiritual meets the physical. And that was also Libran's title of their reading. So for some of you, I mean, this is Libran energy. So there could be a situation that felt unfair, or maybe some of you are dealing with a legal dynamic, or it just feels like karma for some of you, right? What goes around comes around. But I also see that some of you are breaking out of karmic situations, and this karma it gets such a bad rap, but it's a universal law and one that we can't run from. It's based on choices. We have a consequence, right? Choices that we make, we have a consequence, whether in this lifetime or the last. And I feel like there's a rebalancing going on here, and it's changing the dynamic. And right now, and there's the loyal heart, bottom of the deck. It's showing up here. So it's almost as if it wanted to come out, but there may be a preparation that you're getting ready for at this time. Like you're getting ready for some sort of balance to take place. But right now, I feel like there are big changes. You may even feel a little bit stuck at times, Scorpio. Now, overall energy for July, you do have a change in the wind. It is card 12 in tarot. That's the Hanged Man. So things need to change. Things need to give. I'm also getting here for some of you, you have been consuming your time and energy towards a path that you've outgrown. Okay, there's something here you've outgrown, and you're asked to expand consciousness. And look at, we have 5 of Swords. It may be that you are dealing with someone who is highly disrespecting you in some way, shape, or form, disrespecting your boundaries, disrespecting your, it could even be your body, your mind. I just don't love the energy, and that's what's shifting. That's what's changing here. Now, to clarify, you have alchemy. This is you being the alchemist. This is you as the magician. And I feel like you have all of the tools, the intellect, the wisdom, and the intelligence to manifest this new reality. Now, the Magician is the card of action as well. So it does require action on your part. Scorpio, I keep feeling Gemini energy here. I'm not sure if I've said Gemini, or maybe there's a Gemini cross watcher here. Some of you may have Gemini in your chart, but I feel for you, Scorpio, that you are changing direction. It's almost as if you're altering your course, or you could be making a new choice that shifts your destiny. And you know what you're doing. You have the wisdom. You see the hawk at the very top of the Magician. That hawk is huge. It's almost the size of her. And you see that she has all of the tools there. She has the sword to cut away distractions, to cut away limiting beliefs. She also has the pentacle, the greenery, the physicality of the material world to help her on her journey. She has that fire, that inspiration, that drive, that motivation. And then she also has the element of air. So she is... water. So she has the emotional, heartfelt desire to make a difference. And I feel like whatever your intention is in July, It's for the higher good of all. This is generosity. Six of Pentacles is a beautiful energy here around financial gain. It can be an unexpected resource. It can be an unexpected shift in your finances, one that does bring about some sort of balance. Remember, because you have to be fair. So even if you've gone through a situation that, it may have felt challenging, okay, it may have felt difficult with the scales because something was tipped, some energy, some relationship, something within your world was tipped. I mean, you don't get the scales unless there was an imbalance here. And you may even be weighing up some pros and cons at this time. Is this worth it? Is there enough, sustenance to keep this going? Do I have the momentum and drive if I continue eating this type of food, right? So whatever it is, you're weighing up some pros and cons. And I feel like you are finding balance because that's also the Six of Pentacles. This can be financial assistance. This can be equal give and take. It's the energy of reciprocity. I feel like you're manifesting from a higher frequency here, and it's going to land you in a good spot, good position. What else do we have here, please? Yeah, you're departing ways. You're leaving behind an old path, and you're exactly what we just said. You're setting your intention high and you're manifesting from a place of heart. You have the King of Cups here. He's the dream weaver. So it's as if you've set your intention into your dream catcher, right? And anything that distracts you, I feel like Spirit is protecting you in some way, shape, or form. And I also noticed, where's it at here? I noticed on one of the cards, this one here, there's a fortune cookie. Right? And in this deck, there is a fortune cookie. I'm just going to show it to you. I can't recall. I think it means that something wasn't meant for you. I'm pretty sure that's what the fortune cookie represents in this deck. So I feel like you're being divinely guided. And if something is not meant for you, yeah, look at that. If something is not meant for you, you're weighing it up at this time and you're going to make some choices that leads you to a new fortune, to a new destiny. And it says, nope, but it's not a quick decision, right? It's something, you see the chess game right behind it. Chess is a long game. It's not something that you just play in 5 minutes and it's done, right? It's something that you're strategic. You think about your next moves because it's about all of the players. And that's kind of what I see happening. You may be thinking about your family in this situation. You may be thinking about, your children and the highest good of everyone. But I also see if something isn't meant for you, Spirit is guiding you towards a new path. And that's why there is a rebalancing showing up here with that fortune cookie. All right. Now, because you're manifesting from this higher frequency, you're actually departing, getting off of the fence post, getting off the log. You see that little bird there, and the bird is carrying a leaf. That leaf is green, but there's some sort of seeds that you're wanting to plant elsewhere. So this is a seed of an idea, seed of thought, right? You may have been in a troubling situation prior. Five of Swords. Didn't we see that showing up earlier? Five of Swords, or at least I'm feeling Five of Swords, some sort of mental conflict or confusion mentally that you were going through, but you're getting up out of that and you're setting a new intention, and really you're changing the course of direction. That's why you have a change in the winds. There's a moon right above here. So the moon represents trusting in the unknown, but most importantly, your intuition. And I feel like there is a deeper knowing, a deeper calling that is guiding you at this time, because some of you really are weighing up. Should I, shouldn't I? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I make this change now or do I wait? And I feel because we have the Six of Swords here, this could be a decision that manifests quite quickly once you set your intention, within 6 days to 6 weeks. Now, let's clarify. Spirit, can we clarify the Magician? Because you are manifesting something quite profound. And it does require teamwork, right? Teamwork making that dream work. This could be for the family, for, a group effort, collaborations required here. Three of Pentacles, when it comes to money, also is about skilled dynamics and cooperation from others. And you may have struggled with teamwork in some way, shape, or form, or you may have felt stuck in a situation where someone wasn't being the best team player, or in a family, someone was being very difficult to deal with. You're changing course, or how you respond or deal with something is different. And I feel like it's actually going to be very helpful. It's going to allow you to get out of some sort of turmoil. Yeah, look at that. The world, completion. You've completed this cycle, or it will be a cycle that's complete. You're getting yourself out of it. And yeah, you're manifesting here a new direction. Okay, I'm liking July for you. You have the strength, determination, and confidence to make this choice. You have all the tools to take action. And we have here for you, Scorpio, in the month of August, we have the Fates. Now it's card 17, also aligned with the stars here. The star in tarot shows up after the tower. So there could have been a tower moment, or this is a reminder that the stars are aligning. So don't give up hope. Don't give up your dreams here. There's healing taking place. This is guidance. This is inspiration. And the Fates also sums up the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the wisdom to know the difference. So I feel like that's also part of what's been taking place here in July is, what's in your control, what's within your control, how you respond, right? How you react, and what's out of your control. And not misusing power, or some of you may have dealt with people who have misused their power, maybe due to money, or they've had money and they've misused it, or looks, or something of that nature. And I feel like there was a power struggle happening here, and it may have left you in a bit of a pickle. But I see in the month of August, there's new hope, there's inspiration here, and a new beginning. So it wouldn't surprise me to see maybe the Fool, the Judgment, maybe an Ace. I'm getting the Ace of Truth, so the Ace of Swords. There could be a newfound sense of clarity here for you as well. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. There's the end of the cycle. There's the Fool. Beautiful. There's your new beginning here, Scorpio. So I feel like you're rising above. And let me tell you why here. Okay, because not only are you persevering, I was going to say you're rising above, because you see that at the bottom of this illustration, the clouds are dark. So you have gone through some sort of shadow period or difficult time, right? We all have, but I feel for some of you, this may have been recent. I'm getting for some of you, even in the last 5 months, you've gone through maybe a health issue, a falling out with a loved one, or you've gone through a divorce, a legality, or there's been a change in the direction that it may have came up unexpectedly, right? You were not expecting something to shift, and it did. And you may have been resisting that out of fear, because when we have sudden changes that come in, a job loss, a divorce, the loss of a loved one, or a health concern, something of that nature, immediately we resist the energies, because we're like, what? We got to control this. We have to get a grasp on it. We can't let this fall apart. Oh my gosh, we panic. It can be human nature to do so, right? And there was some sort of resistance, but nines represent completions. You've completed a major cycle. And if you've hit a brick wall, right? If you've hit a brick wall, I feel like you are course correcting, but for others of you, you are persevering and you're finding a solution no matter what. You're going to keep moving forward with this Five of Pentacles. You're going to get yourself out of this. There is a recovering of stability. For some of you, financial stability. For others of you, stability within your home life. A return back to health. I'm getting Marianne Williamson's A Return to Love. Isn't that a book? I believe that's one of her books, A Return to Love. So some of you, yeah, it could be a return to, maybe opening up the heart after a time of shutting it down or feeling blocked or, yeah, a little bit of a blocked heart chakra here. Maybe resentment, bitterness, guilt, shame, betrayal, all of those things. You're persevering, and because you haven't given up on yourself, on your dream, yeah, because this is the dream, because you're not giving up, there's a new beginning that is being offered to you. And you're rising above the darkness. You're heading towards the light. But some of you were fearful that, your wings were going to burn or perish in some way, shape, or form, right? As they say, you get too close to the sun. And it feels like, and maybe that was a belief of yours. If I get too close to happiness, if I get too close for abundance, it's going to get pulled out from underneath me. Therefore, I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to stay at this level because then I'm safe. But what if you fly? And what if you taste that sweet success or what this new opportunity looks like and embrace it all, even though it may not be, within your control, right? Like I said, there's something here about control, Scorpio. So if you're trying to control a dynamic, don't, right? And that's hard for us to do because we want to control, the outcome of things. We want to be the shaper of our destiny, which we are. That's why we watch tarot, right? We want to be in control, have more of an idea. If we go this way, what's going to happen? If we go this way, what's going to happen? And I feel that the advice here is to persevere. Don't resist the call to take a new path because it's showing up here. And this path is part of your destiny. There are, choices that we make that alter and shape our destiny, but there are also things that are fated. And I feel like there are certain things that are fated here, certain meetings with people, right? Certain soul dynamics that come into this lifetime that are fated, that we can't run from, nor should we, because it's part of our growth. It's part of our evolution. But let's clarify. Spirit, why is there the Five of Pentacles? I feel like this is recovering from a sense of loss in some sort, but let's look. What's the Five of Pentacles here for Scorpio, please? Oh, okay. A loss of identity. Now, for some of you, it's like you lost that part of yourself, even though Pentacles is a physical, material, financial, it's something here in the earthly realm. I just heard a loss of identity. I mean, maybe some of you really had your identity stolen, or maybe something was taken from you, or maybe you didn't know who you were without this backing of a relationship or, a label of some sort. Who are you if you're not married? Who are you if you're not working? Or, who are you if you're not so-and-so's mother? Or, I feel like there's something here about reawakening to a new truth. What do we have to clarify? Oh, wow. Look at that. We have the Death card and the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is letting go of the old story. This is mental. Right? It's confusion. It is self-sabotage. Eight of Swords is feeling trapped, restricted, helpless. It's opening one's eyes to the truth. And the truth is that you're a soul having a human experience, not the other way around, Scorpio. And we get lost sometimes. But as Einstein says, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can be transmuted and transformed into taking new shape. And I feel like you've gone through a death and rebirth. A lot of you, this is spiritual awakening. That's what's occurring for you in the month of August. This is about you getting out of your own way, your own limitations, your own limited thinking. It's about you stepping outside of the small egoic self and embracing your soul self and saying, I can do this. My dreams are being fulfilled. I have the opportunity to grow, to evolve, to spread my wings. And if my wings get perished somewhere along the way, well, guess what? Spirit has the magic salve that I can put on my wings, and I'm going to regrow them. Okay, so this is about you coming back home to yourself. Maybe even rebranding your identity. Some of you could be changing the way that you look. Some of you could be changing up your home, moving, relocating. This could be the beginning of, you know, a new era. I mean, this is big. Some of you are hitting a big milestone this month, maybe career-wise. It could even be a year. I mean, let's see, Scorpio, this could be a year for you, October, November, where you hit a major age. So like 50, or, you know, perhaps this is the age that, you know, someone in the family, maybe you had a belief that everyone in the family crosses over at, you know, 72 or whatever it may be. I feel like you are being reborn in a way that you may not have believed it would come true, or you may not have believed. There's something with your belief system, but you're letting that story go. You're putting an end to limited thinking here, and you're freeing yourself. That's the liberation. That's the freedom coming in here. Spirit, can we get one more message around this ending? Even though I feel like it's ending the thinking, let's take a look at what else we need to know. What else do we need to know? This has to do, there it is. There's the material world. So it could be, inspiration. Some of you didn't feel inspired to make a move. Some of you may have just felt stuck in some way, shape, or form. You weren't quite sure how to embrace or adapt to some sort of changes that had been occurring in your life. And in the month of August, we see inspiration backing up the action with the Fool. This is Page of Pentacles. So it also is manifesting a new financial or physical opportunity, one that does inspire you. Some of you are changing your appearance. I mean, it could be you may be having a weight loss surgery. You could be getting, you know, Botox, or you are, you know, doing something to your hair. I feel this could even be changing the course of your life by taking a new class that inspires you, and you can make money off of it. I also feel for others of you, if this has to do with children and you've been stuck and there has been some sort of an ending with maybe a child, or if some of you struggled maybe getting pregnant, I feel like there could be an opportunity for that to occur this month, if that's something you're looking for. Even though I don't even have any cards that represent, I mean, we do have the Fool actually. So this could be child. We have the Page, and the Ace of Wands is the seed of life, right? The seed of life. So there is death and rebirth here. There may have been someone who's crossed over in the month of August. I'm getting September as well. They may be bringing you, or there may be some sort of, I don't even want to say that word because it's not a replacement, but it almost feels like someone's crossed over, someone was born. It's the circle of life, or the cycle of life, right? So there's something here about new beginnings, endings and new beginnings taking place. And I see that there's a magical new beginning in the physical material world occurring here for you this month. So this is pretty powerful. All right, Scorpio, in the month of September, woohoo, we're coming to the edge. You are coming to the edge here. And how interesting, because we have the Fool already showing up in the month of August. So it could even be August into September, maybe the threshold. I feel maybe even as we get out of retrograde, which I believe goes from August 4th to the 20th, 24th or so. So maybe out of retrograde is when something fully manifests for you. Let's take a look and clarify. Yeah, there's a brink. You're on the brink of, okay, say that one more. Majestic, like majesty, I don't know, magic. You're on the brink of something magical. I'm not sure what that was all about here. Okay, we have one card that's flipped. Ooh, okay. We have the Tower in reverse. It's like you're dodging a bullet, okay? Or you have overcome. Remember what I said here about the Star? It's like you've overcome this crisis. That's what you are on the brink of here, is really being able to move forward in a new light. And Three of Wands is moving forward. It's refreshed. And look at that. We also have the cycle of, or circle of life showing up here. You see the child that's, you know, aged into a wise woman. So that's exactly what I was picking up on earlier. It's not a replacement. It is the embodiment of the death energy, beginnings and endings, but knowing that, you know, endings are not solidified as just an ending, like that's it, nothing else, right? It's just transformed. Some of you may have had a difficult time with aging, and this has been showing up for a lot of signs recently, but I feel like you are embracing what you love about yourself. And there is something here about treating that little girl or that little boy within you who may have struggled at times receiving the love that you desperately needed as a child. I feel like you are creating great magic here. And there could even be, with that majestic type of energy, it almost feels like you do get a happy ending. It almost feels like a little bit of that, you know, fairy tale type of ending here. So we have the death card again showing up. There's transitioning. And look at that. We have life and death. So wow, this is huge. And even though this has caused a lot of resistance and restraint, you're moving on. And the Two of Swords is making decisions. It feels like there's, you know, a crossroads, or you felt like you were, again, weighing up some sort of pros and cons. So I see that the next few months for you are about that spiritual and physical alignment. And it feels like you're no longer consumed by the energies of what maybe society or what the world says you need to do, or what type of relationships, or, you know, ageism, societal factors or norms. You can see with the Four of Pentacles, you're rebuilding your sense of stability based on you. And you are forging a path moving forward. You may be adapting to, you know, new ways of living, new ways of being, right? And you're making a choice to see things more clearly here. And there was some sort of insufficient data or insufficient facts that you now are able to move forward because you have all the information that you need to make some sort of decision, or a decision is made for you. So when this death card shows up, trust in the magic of new beginnings. And I feel like I've said that numerous times as well. But let's look at the Fool and the Death card with the Tower in reverse. I mean, that's a powerful major arcana. So August and September are very transformational for you when it comes to averting disaster in some way. That's why you have a change showing up here, Scorpio. So in the month of July, you have this inner knowing. You have the ability to make some choices this month that are going to put you on a new course, put you on a new path. But you may choose to stay on the path that you're currently on. You can choose. You have free will, right? But I feel with this Eight of Wands, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You don't want to be stuck anymore. And you're taking a leap of faith. You're putting an end to a situation that has kept you stuck. Spirit, please clarify the Death, the Tower, the Fool. Yeah, there's the Justice showing up again, to be fair. No more headaches. You want to balance those scales with the Justice. This is about fairness, right? And even though something may not have seemed fair in the past for you, you're choosing to walk away from this, maybe even cut your losses. Okay, cut your losses here and rebuild and open up to new opportunities. King of Swords, more legal matters, legal situations. Okay, Five of Cups. Someone was very cold, very blunt. You had a lot of feelings or emotions possibly towards a situation, and maybe that's why, third party energy could have been involved. Someone may have chose work, or they may have not opened their heart up to you in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like this new beginning, this new beginning is leading to, a higher level of self-love, and you're giving birth to something new. That's what it boils down to. You're giving birth to something new. What is this newness? Because we see it showing up. We see that Scorpio is on the edge, on the precipice of something quite magical. What is this? What does this look like? I feel like it's good. I feel like it's good here. Oh, it's good. Look at all these high numbers. You have the 9, you have the 7, the 8, and the 9. But they're different suits. You have 7 and 8 of Pentacles, and you have the 9 of Wands. Yeah. So this is power, strength, authority. It's control, as we've talked about. But 9s are about completions. And I do feel here for you, you are deciding what's worth investing and what's not. Because you're course correcting and you're going to choose a path that you really want to invest in, right? So if this is your career, this is about mastery. You're going to stay on that continued path, stay consistent on that path in order for you to get to whatever finish line or desired outcome that you wish. But some of you could be course correcting. So for example, when you're in college, you may have a major, right? Or you may have an idea of what you want to do. And then, a semester in or a year in, you may course correct and say, I don't want to be a healer. I want to be an architect. Or, I feel like there's some sort of correction here. Correction is what I'll say. But it doesn't mean that you are off the path. I've been saying this often. There is no path, right? And so many of us get hung up on the idea of this is the right path. This is the only path. Scorpio, there is no specific path that you've deviated from. That's not it, right? It is about you choosing and making a choice to alter your destiny. And I see here with this 9 of Wands, this is you staying determined to not give up. You're a warrior. You are a fighter. You're going to do what you need to do. But I see that putting your time and your energy into something new, you've already grown to a specific level. And I feel like Spirit is saying, even if things have struggled, or even if there's been a so-called setback, right? Maybe there was a situation that did set you back a bit. Continue pushing forward and forging a path forward, because you're going to hit that finish line here in no time. You're going to reach that harvest. That's why you have the Empress. She is the harvester, right? She is the epitome of abundance. She's a goddess. She's creative. She's nurturing. She's full of growth and love. She's very maternal. And you have everything you need to manifest a full garden. And I see that's what you're doing here. So this is really powerful, but it does require putting an end to, maybe distractions or patterns or limiting beliefs or a job or a relationship, whatever it is here for you. But you are heading towards, really rising above and not being afraid of what a new beginning could look like for you. And sometimes, again, like I said, we feel like our wings are going to perish if we open up to the opportunity of abundance. And that sounds silly, right? Like, why would we fear happiness? But let me tell you why. Because when we open our hearts, when we allow happiness to come in, it requires a sense of vulnerability that requires bravery and strength and courage. Because yes, at any moment, someone could come in and sucker punch us, right? Someone could come in and take it all away. So we don't rise above, because it's more comfortable to stay in a position where we can't have that taken away from us. So therefore, we do not try. And your message here over the next few months, Scorpio, is to spread your wings and trust. Spread your wings and fly. Soar higher than you ever have before, because the end result with this Empress is more beautiful than your mind can even conceive. Oh, I love that for you. All right, let's get a few messages from your guides, from your higher self, from your spiritual team. What do we have for Scorpio, please? Okay, you may want to write these down. And for those of you that are interested in any of the cards or oracle decks used in the reading, you can find all that information in the description box below. Everything you can imagine is real, right? Everything you can imagine is real. That's Pablo Picasso, the great, creator. And that's that Empress energy. It's if you believe it, right? If you can imagine it, if you can think it, you can manifest it. And I feel like Spirit is saying, open up to imagination, open up to what else is possible. Don't limit yourself. You create your reality, right? You create your reality. Those who bring sunshine into the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves, right? So open up. Solar plexus energy here. Power, empowerment, inspiration. Some of you really would benefit from getting out in the sun, getting out in nature, and enjoying activities that inspire you. A lot of you are healers as well, and you do bring a lot of sunshine to the lives of others. Allow yourself to embrace that sunshine as well, because sometimes we put a block up. We do. And lastly, what makes you come alive, Scorpio? Do that. The world needs more people who have come alive. This is reawakening yourself. Sometimes I feel like we're walking amongst zombies, right? I feel like we're walking amongst people who have defaulted into just living, right? They forget that their soul's having a human experience, not the other way around. And I feel like your message here is come alive, be reborn again. That's what the Fool is all about. It's the soul self. Transformation is occurring here. We've seen the death show up how many different times? This is not resisting change. Don't hang on to, the old you. Don't hang on to the past experiences. It's time to embrace a new life, a new beginning. You have everything you need within you to create, right? Everything you can imagine is real. That is what I have for you, Scorpio. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe. Thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing the name Zach or Zachariah. Zachary. Take that as it resonates. Again, thank you so much, Scorpio. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Lots of love.